My name is Ying. This is my third time being in the Red Room and the second time to come onto the stage to share my stories. And so some of you might have already heard part of what I'm about to share, so just be patient if you've already heard the story, because I'm sure the other ones who have not heard the story will enjoy it a lot. I'm a classically trained pianist. I went to the Juilliard and Yale School of Music, came back around 2 years ago. And the first time I came to this place, Red Room, I was so touched because I just feel that creativity is so nurtured here and it's so inspiring, so encouraged for everybody. And ironically, that's something that I've always felt lacking, even though I went to, supposedly the top, art school, because classical music for so long has the stereotype of high social class, something that's very separated, something that's only for the elite, and there's so much competition, there's so much right or wrong, worse or better that's in the field. And after being in that circle for so long, I feel, what's about the joy of creating? Where is the joy of sharing the music? That's really the whole purpose of what it is. And so after I came back here, I started to wonder what I want to do with everything that I've learned. And one day I was just spending time on Facebook, and an old friend of mine popped up on my Facebook wall, and he was sharing a video from the rural part of Taiwan. And then I was so curious, and I started talking to him. I was like, "You're an American, you're a pianist from New York. Why are you sharing this video?" And then he told me that, I'm doing this tour called the 88 Concert Tour, and the purpose of the 88 Concert Tour is to go around the world to play concert, not in the concert hall, but in intimate home setting like this. Then I started to become very, very interested, because actually salon concert, the intimate home concert, is the home for classical music. A lot of composers that you can think of right now, Mozart, Chopin, Schumann, Schubert, anybody that you can name, the big names that you can think of, they actually composed for home, not for concert hall. And so what he was doing was actually bringing music back to the place where it comes from. And so I was fascinated by this old idea, and we just started talking. And then he started to share with me even more fascinating story. He told me that ever since he started this tour, he's gone to many, many interesting countries. One of them is Afghanistan. And I don't know how many of you guys know that before 2001, music was banned in Afghanistan because of Taliban. So there was no instrument, there was no orchestra, there was no music school. Musicians were forced to leave the country. And the whole culture of the country was completely destroyed by Taliban for many years. And in 2004, Taliban was removed. But then, because there was nobody there anymore, so music was still a desert. Until 2008, the first Afghan musician, Dr. Samas, got his doctoral degree from, I believe, Australia. And he decided to go back to Afghanistan and to build a school there, a music school, the first national music institute in Afghanistan. And so he did. He went back, he built a school. And he always invited foreign artists, foreign musicians to go to Afghanistan, to Kabul, to teach and to share their knowledge and to provide a place that's nurturing for the students who, if the school didn't exist, they might be still selling chewing gums or newspaper on the street. And because of this school that it exists now, they have the opportunity to learn music. And so my friend, who is not here today, but he was here last time, his name is Kimball, he told me that he went there 3 times, and every time it just is such a life-changing experience for him, because what he plays is Liszt or Schumann or Chopin, but then when you play those kind of music in a country that still has wars going on, it completely changed the context of what music is. He looked at all those kids sitting in the audience. They're around 15 or 16 years old. They were eager to learn those music, and he thought back to his past. When I was around around the same age, that was also the music that I was fascinated by. You really start to feel music is what brings us together, without boundary, despite all the different cultural or historic background. So he started teaching there. He met some very talented kids. There was one boy whose name is Alhan. One day Alhan approached him and asked Kimball if he could teach him, Alhan, to compose. And Kimball thought, okay, you want to learn to compose, I'll teach you a way. So he taught him to compose with his own name. And I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with notation. So if you can actually translate the musical notes to alphabet, like La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La can become A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then and vice versa. So you can translate name to musical notes. So he used his own name to write a short composition within one day. Super talented kid. And then after Kimball left Afghanistan, one day he went to Dubai and performed the piece there. And in Dubai, even though the two countries are not that far away, but it's like two different worlds. He was in Dubai. He was playing a home concert, in a very intimate setting, and he was playing the standard repertoire and also played this piece of music. And then he started to share the story of Alham and also of the school. And after the concert was over, there was one lady from the audience who came up to him to tell him that I want to help this kid. And a few weeks later, a piano appeared in his home in Kabul. That was incredible. And And so at that, he was sharing me with all this, with all these stories just on Facebook. And it was funny because we didn't talk for 8 years. He was my classmate at Julia, and randomly popped up and then, share with me this life-changing story. I was like, whoa. And also that gave me a path. It tells me this is what music can actually do. It's not just, music's not just about playing Hannah. It's not just about going to National Concert Hall anymore. It's about changing people's life, and it's happening, And so after that, I started to join his project. We do concerts in Taiwan, in different schools, doesn't matter in the city or rural part, and use music to share different stories so that the students who are at our concert, they can feel those people who are far away but still very close to their heart. And so this is the first part I wanted to share, the power of music, which really I have experienced so much during the past 2 years, ever since the project started. Another part that I wanted to share with you guys today is serendipitous encounter and how powerful and how incredible that can be. I think the whole reason why we're here today is also to make new friends, to discover other people's story, other people's experience. And going back to the story of Anim, the school in Afghanistan, the whole reason why it could be funded was because there was one day, after Dr. Sharma, the founder of the Anim, decided that he wanted to start this school. But then the first problem, the first big challenge that he faced was there was no money. To start a school, you need a lot of money, especially in Kabul. There was nothing. It's a cultural desert. So you have to be able to bring, to train people, and you have to bring all the instruments and a lot of things. So he needs money. And so he was thinking how to find the money. So one day he was traveling back to Afghanistan through Mumbai. And he was waiting there for his airplane, but the airplane was delayed. And he started talking to the guys who were just standing, also waiting next to him. There were some guys wearing suit, and he was just starting to share his passion about, he was telling them that I'm going back to Kabul. I want to start this school so badly. Those people I really want to fund the first orchestra. After this school is started. And then after a while, these people told him that, oh, we're actually from the World Bank. We can help you. And if you give us a proposal. And then So he was like, okay, I will make a proposal. So he go back after he arrived in Kabul, he made a proposal, and then he sent it to these two people that he met randomly at the airport. And then a month later, $2 million was given to him to start the school. So you never know who you can meet at the airport. You also never know who you can meet at Red Room. So you never know. If you open your eyes, you never know what life can bring you. And if you open your heart, you never know what's around you. Those are the two stories I wanted to share with you all, and it's wonderful to be here again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.